Okay, I often come across the stats of how much coaches can actually remember during a game, but whenever I present that material back, I often get the impression that coaches don't really believe you. So I came up with a quick memory test just to prove the point that the human capacity to remember in a short period of time is quite limited. And just to reference, we often get quoted these type of stats that coaches can only remember about 40% accurately of what happened prior to a goal, and even less than in general play, it comes down to about 20%. So whenever I quote those figures, I often get a blank look. So this memory test is hopefully to prove the point of how little the human memory can actually hold. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a series of letters to remember. It'll start with a very small amount and build up as you go. I want you to get a pen and paper, and basically when you see the letters, they'll appear for 2 seconds and then they'll disappear. Once they've disappeared, I want you to write down the letters. Okay, there's 6 tests in total. So if you've got your pen and paper, we'll get ready with test 1. Okay, it'll start very simple and then build up from there. So away we go. Test 1. Okay, so you can write down those 2 letters. And we're ready for test 2. Go. Okay, and again write them down. And don't be cheating by trying to write them down as they appear. Just write them down after they've disappeared. It's a memory test. Okay, so test 3. And write them down. Okay, test 4. Okay, got them down. Test 5, getting difficult now. Okay, very difficult now. And we've 1 more to go. Okay, so test 6. Okay, that's pretty difficult. So what has that got to do with football? First of all, there's the results on screen, so you'll see each level. Most people will probably get to level 4, and level 5 maybe for a few, although it'll be a struggle, and most, 99% of the population won't get to level 6. So just to give you an idea of what exactly that means, the average short-term human memory can only hold about 7 bits of information. So if you look back to the results, that means in and around somewhere between level 4 and level 5 is what the average short-term memory is. So over the course of a game, that's how much you're remembering in short bursts. And it's not a coincidence that an average telephone number is, roughly speaking, the same length as the short-term human memory. I know things have changed now, we've speed dial and we don't need to remember numbers, but originally when telephone companies devised numbers, it was meant to fit in a short-term human memory capacity so you'd make more phone calls. So by and large, if you ignore the prefix of a number, you'll get in and around somewhere between 6 to 8 digits as the average telephone number. So I think that memory test is a good way to prove to coaches and to prove to yourself that short-term human memory is limited, and that's the importance of using stuff like notation analysis or video analysis software. Thanks.